Read.
The Lord thy God had chosen thee.
The Lord thy God, Michael, have chosen thee
to be a special people.
Start from the beginning, because I missed something.
For thou art an holy people.
The reason why it says for thou, which is possessive, are an holy people, meaning what? You are separated. You are different. You made hollow. You made special unto God. Meaning he separated you from the so-called white man. He separated you from the so-called Chinese man, the Japanese man, the East Indian man, the African man, the Arab man. He separated you. That's the reason they hate your gut. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Come on.
The Lord thy God.
The Lord thy God, thy God, thy God
had chosen thee.
Chosen in past tense. He always chose us. Read.
To be a special.
A what?
A special.
A what?
A special.
Black and Hispanic are special? Are you kidding me? Read that again.
To be a special people unto himself.
Unto who?
Unto himself. Above.
What?
Above.
What?
Above.
Did you hear that? Who?
All people that are upon the face of the earth.
Amos 3. We are above everybody on this planet Earth. Just because we're in a lower state doesn't mean we're not special. Just because we first fired, last hired, doesn't mean we're not special.
That's right.
Just because we have the worst job, we're in the worst community, doesn't mean we're not special.
Right.
We are very special in the eyes of God. You know why? Because God always loved us.
That's right.
Watch this. Now, am I telling my own words? We're going to prove it out of the Bible. What you got, Amos?
Amos chapter 3 verse 1.
Read.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Did you hear that, my sister? God spoke something against us. But why did he speak those things against us? I'm going to show you why. Read.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Read again.
Amos chapter 3 verse 2. You only.
Did you hear that? Michael, you hear that? You only, my sister, did you hear that? You only, come on,
have I known of all the families of the earth.
Now we're going to examine a few words within that verse. It says, you only, that's the first word, only, have I known. That's another verb, meaning that's past tense. He always knew us. You only have I known. He always knew us from the very beginning. Read.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Of all the family. Well, you only have I known. Read verse 1 again.
Verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has.
My sister, come here, come here. Come on, sit. Come on, don't run from your brother. Get your stuff and I want to talk to you, okay? Come on.
Hear this word that the Lord had spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Now, notice the first family is in singular. He says, the family, talk about is Israel, is in singular. It says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Why? Because God created 18 nations, he chose us one. He chose you, my brother. He chose you. You're an Israelite. You are from the tribe of Ephraim. Guess what? Not only you from the tribe of Ephraim, you are the leaders of the so-called Hispanics.
That's right.
Meaning your job and duty is to give me the duty, give me the duty. Give me that in Deuteronomy 10 and 12 or 12 and 10. All right? You have a duty. As an Ephraimite, your job is to go teach the Mexican. Your job is to go teach the Puerto Rican. Your job is to go teach the Venezuelan, the Cuban, the Dominican. That's what your job is.
That's right.
You are the leaders of the Northern Kingdom. You have a big job, brother. But you didn't know that. That's all right. I didn't know that either. Now that I know that, I make a change. Now you gotta make a change. It's your turn. You feel what I'm saying? Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. And now Israel.
Now Michael from the tribe of Ephraim, my sister, where your father from? Sierra Leone. Guess what, my sister? We have a lot of brothers and sisters from Sierra Leone. You are an Israelite.
That's right.
From the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
You know who also came out of Judah? Jesus the Christ. He was darker than you. He was darker than me. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that. Read.
And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So now there's a requirement. Give me now the law. Give me Exodus 20 verse 8. What does God require of you, Michael? What does God require of you, my sister? I'm going to show you the requirement. Give me that.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. Remember.
What?
Remember.
Michael, why does it start with the word remember? Why? Think, Michael, think. If I say, Michael, remember to move the car from this side to the next side, what am I telling you?
To move the car? So remember to move the car.
Right, but why am I telling you that? Because one time you forgot. I said, remember.
Forgot the first time.
Exactly. You hear that, sis? You forgot the first time. Good. Read it again.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Remember, at this time, we're in the book of Exodus, which means the great exit. We were exiting out of Egypt to the promised land. Moses reminded Israel to remember because they always knew they had to keep the Lord's Sabbath. But they broke it. They keep breaking the law and they keep going to slavery. Moses said, listen, we head into the promised land. When y'all get to the promised land, as we go into the promised land, don't forget, keep the Sabbath day holy. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor.
So 6 days you do your duty, you get a job, you feed your family, you take care of your family. But read.
And do all thy work.
Come on.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it.
On the Sabbath,
thou shalt not do any work.
see right now, look at this brother right here. It's working. Pin the camera. Show the brother's working on the Sabbath. That's the brother right there. It says, in it, thou shalt do what?
In it, thou shalt not do any work.
You must not do any work. Read. Thou, you as a leader,
Nor thy son,
nor thy sons,
nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth.
That's Genesis chapter 1. Read.
The sea and all that in them is.
Read.
And rested the 7th day.
That's chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. God rested in Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. After he created everything, he says everything was good. And the 7th day, he rested. He said, that day, you must also rest on that day. You understand that? Okay? Go back to Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Here you go, another requirement. Give me Nehemiah chapter 10 verse 31. On the Sabbath day, we just show that you must not work. We're going to show you another requirement. On the Sabbath day, you must not do also. Read.
Nehemiah chapter 10 verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals.
Victuals mean goodies, like stuff to sell. Read.
On the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, that we would leave the 7th year and the exaction of every debt.
Right, so we must not buy on the Sabbath day. So now give me Exodus 23 verse 3. No, 35 and 3. 35 and 3. Read that.
Exodus chapter 35 verse 3.
Come on.
Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
Meaning what? You must not cook on the Sabbath day. You must not use the microwave on the Sabbath day. Because God said don't cook. Those are the three. So far I'll show you 3 categories. I'll show you work, I'll show you buy, I'll show you cook. Now let's get sell. Did we get sell? Okay, we did sell. Alright, so now I'm going to show you also on the Sabbath day what you must do. Leviticus 23 verse 1. We got to show you the law.
Here we go.
What must you do on the Sabbath day? Watch this.
Leviticus chapter
Listen my sister.
Leviticus chapter 23 verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be a holy convocation, and these are my feasts.
So the Sabbath day is a feast day. That's the first feast that we see 4 times a month, right? That's the Sabbath day. You understand that? We have to congregate. We have to come together as a people.
Right.
So now I'm going to show you something that happened on the Sabbath day that caused us. Give me Leviticus. You know what I want. Numbers 15 rather. Now, what you may say, damn, this brother got these funny things in their garment, right? Come closer, my brother. Come closer. Sister, come closer. Come. From Sierra Leone. You're my sister. I'm going to show you something. You see this? You know who these are? These are your people.
Taínos.
That's Tainos. Because you're a Taino, correct?
Yes.
What do you see here? What do you notice on their clothes? Fringes. Now you're going to find out why they have fringes. Guess what? People from Sierra Leone also have fringes. Give the people a piece of paper. Give me a piece of paper. All right? Right? No, piece of paper. Towel. Thank you. Thank you, my sister. So you can wipe your nose, all right? Right. Okay. So now you notice they have fringes in their garment. And you may say, damn, this brother got funny things on their garment. What is that? Because you don't have it. Your forefather used to have it. Now, where'd they get that from? Remember it says, don't cook on the Sabbath? Now we're going to find out how the fringes come about. Watch this. Start at verse 32.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 32.
The soldier said 31. Start at 31.
Verse 31. Because he had despised the word of the Lord.
We despise to keep God's words. Listen, good to this.
And had broken his commandment, that soul shall utterly be cut off. His iniquity shall be upon him.
Come on.
And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness,
While the 12th tribe of Israel, the so-called black Hispanics and Native Indian today were in the wilderness out of Egypt to the promised land,
they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
Come on.
And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. And they put him in a ward because it was not declared what should be done to him.
So you from Sierra Leone, right? Were you born there? Okay, your parents were born there, right? Has your father or your mother ever tell you in Sierra Leone they used to have woods and 3 rocks to cook? My parents are from Haiti. All the poor country, that's how we cooked back in the day. Before we had stove, before we have microwaves, before we have fancy stuff. We used to use 3 rocks. Even the Taino as well. In Puerto Rico, they still cook like that in the countryside. They still cook like that in Sierra Leone in the countryside. Am I right? Right. So let's see what would he gather in steak to do what? To cook. Watch this.
And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death.
What does God say?
The man shall surely be put to death.
Why? Because he was gathering stick to cook on the Sabbath day. Remember, it wasn't declared what to be done to him. But Moses would have told him, don't cook on the Sabbath day. Watch this.
All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died, as the Lord commanded Moses.
Come on.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying.
So when it says end, now there's an addition. Because of what happened now, God said unto Moses, do what?
Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them.
And persuade them, young sister, listen up.
That they make them fringes in the borders of their garment.
They make them fringes in the borders of their garment. You see that? Just like you see the Taino in the borders of their garment. Come on.
Throughout their generations. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Sister, don't go yet. I got one scriptures for you. It says, and put a border of blue upon the fringes. Watch this, sister. Watch this.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it.
You're going to look upon the fringe, sister. Listen good.
And remember.
What?
And remember.
You're going to remember again. That means they forgot the law. They forgot to keep the Sabbath day holy. Now, the young men will get put to death for cooking on the Sabbath day. Now, guess what happened? Read.
All the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
And what?
And do them.
Now, sister, watch this.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is Nation is you.